It was supposed to be the day everything changed. For weeks, the Carolina woman had lived with anxiety, embarrassment, and hope all tangled together. Her husband had been sitting behind bars after another violent incident that neighbors said was only a matter of time. Friends urged her to stay away. Police records showed a troubling pattern: arguments, threats, and prior domestic calls. But love, loyalty, and denial have a way of overpowering warnings. That morning, she made a decision that would cost her life. She gathered the money, went to the jail, and paid his bail. Witnesses later said she looked tired but determined. To her, this wasn't about fear. It was about believing her husband deserved one more chance. She reportedly told a relative that he had promised to change, promised to calm down, promised that jail had scared him straight. She believed bringing him home would finally restore peace. What she didn't know was that investigators would soon describe that act as the final step toward her own murder. Once released, the husband walked out of the jail a free man. Surveillance footage captured him exiting calmly, wearing the same clothes he'd been arrested in. No visible anger, no urgency. To anyone watching, he looked like a man given a second chance. But within hours, that freedom turned deadly. According to police, the couple returned home together. What happened next unfolded behind closed doors, unseen and unheard, until it was too late. Neighbors later reported hearing raised voices, followed by a sudden, terrifying gunshot. Some initially thought it was fireworks or a car backfiring. Others froze, sensing something far worse. Police received the 911 call shortly after. When officers arrived at the residence, they found a scene that confirmed their worst fears. The woman was lying inside, suffering from a gunshot wound. Emergency responders attempted life-saving measures, but she was pronounced dead at the scene. She never made it to the hospital. She never got the chance to escape. The man she had just bailed out was gone. Investigators quickly launched a manhunt, identifying the husband as the primary suspect. The irony was impossible to ignore. Only hours earlier, she had signed paperwork to free him from jail. Now police were desperately searching for him as a homicide suspect. Authorities later confirmed the weapon used in the shooting was a firearm the husband had access to, despite his criminal history. This revelation raised immediate questions. Why was he allowed access to a gun? Why wasn't the risk higher? Why wasn't she protected? As details emerged, the story grew even more tragic. Friends revealed that the woman had been trapped in a cycle familiar to many victims of domestic violence. Hope followed by fear, apologies followed by abuse. Each time, she believed things would improve. Each time, the danger escalated. The bail payment, investigators believe, was not an act of ignorance, but of desperation to hold her family together. Police eventually located the husband later that day. He was taken into custody without incident. During questioning, authorities said his story shifted multiple times. Evidence at the scene, witness statements, and forensic findings quickly contradicted his claims. He was charged with murder. The case sent shockwaves through the community. Vigils were held. Neighbors placed flowers outside the home. Social media filled with grief, anger, and disbelief. Many asked the same haunting question: why is it so hard for victims to leave? Advocates explained that domestic violence is rarely a single moment of danger. It is a slow erosion of safety, confidence, and escape options. The woman's decision to bail her husband out was not foolishness. They said it was the result of manipulation, fear, and emotional control built over time. This case also reignited debate around bail systems and domestic violence protections. Should someone with a violent history be released so easily? Should victims receive automatic safety planning when they post bail for an abuser? Could this death have been prevented? For one woman, those questions came too late. She believed love could fix what violence had broken. She believed freedom would bring peace. Instead, freedom brought a bullet. Her final act of loyalty became her last mistake. And hours after she saved him from prison, he took her life.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this.